Good evening everyone and welcome to Late Night Racing's Gen 3 Supercar series on Forza Motorsport, coming to you for round 11 at Hokenheim Ring. Now, being round 11, as I have found out, we are going to be into the playoffs. So basically same as NASCAR and same as what Supercars are going to do this year. We have a top 10 that are going to be battling it out over the next 2 rounds to take outright championship. So basically how it works is the top 10 tonight, then we'll go into the top 7 for the next round, and then out of that top 7 there'll be the top 4, and basically the outright winner will take the championships, I believe. So just getting ready for qualifying, then we go into 2 25-minute races here at Hokenheim. A nice 4.57 kilometre track. As you can see, nice few straights with some technical sharp corners that will definitely be testing the brake limits tonight. As we head, hang on, I'm just going to set my stream. Where do I want it? I want it in Facebook. We're going to go. Yeah. So basically our top 10 tonight comprises of looks like everyone has readied up, so qualifying is about to begin. So our top 10 consists of Agrocat, Jax, T-Dub, Motorman, Noble Rabbit, Sam, Sparrow, Hobbsy, Chase and Dizzy. So basically whoever wins out of that group tonight will automatically go to the number 1 spot for the next round and will be in the top 7. So 3 drivers will be out of contention at the end of tonight, and I believe there's actually a few missing at the moment too that aren't here. So they have 3 laps to set a time as Spooling leads them away. Spooling's already been knocked out of the top 10, so he's not in the playoffs, but he'll still be trying to set a time and play a bit of havoc with some of the other drivers. We have Jax, who is currently sitting in 2nd in the top 10. He'll be looking to clinch a win or at least make the top 7 for next round. Then we have Mr. Late Night Racing himself, Sparrow, who's currently sitting in 7th in the top 10, so he'll be looking for a good position. Basically we only have 12 cars on track, so need to be above that last bottom 5, which is what he'll be aiming for. Bruno, new to tonight, or that I know of anyway. He might have been in other rounds, I'm not too sure, in the Supra. Then we've got T-Dub, who is actually in 3rd in the championship, so he's in contention. He'll be aiming for that top 7 spot as well. Sam in the Middies Camaro entry, he's in 6th place, so he'll be aiming to secure his spot for the next round. Binky, who isn't in the top 10 but is super fast, so basically even if someone like Binky or Spooling win this race, whoever's in second will basically take first position in that top 7, I believe. So I think that's how it works. Doesn't show me. Doesn't actually show me times, but Binky has gone to the top. Aussie Bogan is sitting in second. Noble Rabbit, who is also in the top 10. There in the middies. Plus we got Murderman, who's currently 4th in the top 10. So most of the big players are here. They'll be battling it out for that top 7. Plus we got Mobile Chicane. A bit of understeer there from Mobile Chicane, but it is only early days. So basically everyone's done on their second lap out of 3. At a time. Now, I'm not too sure when it comes to race 2 tonight whether they'll be starting race 2 from this qualifying position or from race finish position for race 1. Like I said, this is only my second time at Forza Motorsport, so you've got to bear with me in a few places. Spooling is channeling his inner Cole Trickle in the 46 City Chevrolet Camaro. Noble Rabbit has moved up into second place, it looks like. Through that section there are some really nasty sausage curves where you can get this car up on 2 wheels quite easily. Nicely done through there. It is quite easy to put 2 wheels in the gravel coming out of that section there if you're a bit too eager on the gas pedal. It's looking quite smoothly through this section here from Noble Rabbit. Look, Spooling's jumped to second, but can Noble Rabbit outdo him here on the 3rd lap? No, but Aussie Bogan has managed to jump up as well. So it looks like we've got Binky in 1st, Spooling in 2nd, Bogan in 3rd. Noble Rabbit in 4th, Jackson 5th, Aggro Cat 6th, Sam in 7th, Bruno in 8th, Motorman 9th, Sparrow 10th, T-Dub in 11th, and Mobile Chicane in 12th. So we're pretty close in the field here. What's that? Binky 3rd, Jackson Spooling on 1st? No, can't be. But congratulations for qualifying. As we then move into race 1 for tonight. So I believe there might be compulsory stops as well. Being 25 minutes, I dare say you might get one, maybe two stops, depending on tyre wear and fuel. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. The host has changed the event setup. Okay, so we should be ready to go now. So we're just waiting for everyone to load in. I dare say a few people will be doing a few setup changes, putting a bit more fuel in. Don't know if there's actually tune changes you can do. I believe there's tunes that you can preload from others that you can use. I'm not too sure. Like I said, once again, this is only the second time on Forza Motorsport for me doing commentary. I'm more involved in the ACC side of things, but I hope you enjoyed tonight. If you haven't already, please follow the channel because there's plenty more. I've got Sunday night, the Lamborghini Super Trofeo series commentating for ACC. So be sure to check that out as well. And then there's a few other series that I actually drive in that will come up during the week. So if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment. Let me know who you're following tonight, who do you want to see in that top 7. So just waiting on a few stragglers to tick the box. We can get underway with race 1. So it'll be interesting to see if strategy comes into play tonight with a few of these drivers aiming for that top 7, whether we see a few early stops to then get out in clean air and just drive on their own with no tight packed distractions and trying to avoid incidents just to try to guarantee a spot in the top 7, or whether we'll see people try to fight their way through, get out in front, get clean air that way and try to drive away from the pack and drive a long stint and put fresh tyres on towards the end. So basically with the 3 manufacturers in the Gen 3 Supercar series tonight, we have the Mustang, Camaro and Supra. They are all homologated to be pretty close in the power index, so it makes for good racing. Last race we had at Bathurst was a pretty epic race. There was some pretty close racing between all 3 manufacturers. As we now head to the grid for race 1. And we get ready to get underway with the playoffs. We are on the grid. Binky in first, Bulling in second. 3, 2, 1, green light, and we go racing. So Binky gets off to a pretty good start. Oh, Aussie Bogan shoves his nose in the middle there and sends Bulling sideways, but he manages to hold on to it. Noble Rabbit's going down the outside. Got a good clean run on the outside here. Kenny outbrakes, spooling into the corner. Leaves Spooling a little bit of room on the inside, but Bogan will have the inside turn onto the back straight. They go side by side here. Spooling manages to hold on to that position. So we head back into the middle of the field here. We've got Aggro Cat battling hard here with Sam and Sparrow. They go side by side through the big sweeper up into the hairpin. Who's going to brake late here? Hard onto the brakes. Aggro Cat's got the inside line. Manages to get good drive out there and just jumps in front of Sparrow. As we move back into 10th, we've got Mobile Chicane with Motorman on the outside here, who's going to have the inside line for the next turn. Deep under brakes, and here's T-Dub having a look up the inside as well. So far everyone's been pretty clean. Sam's just got a half a second penalty. So we head back to the front here. Got Binky, who's already started to check out. Noble Rabbit getting hounded here by Aussie Bogan and Spooling. So we head into the back chicane section here, getting ready to come around onto the front straight. Everyone's starting to sort themselves out a bit here as we start to go single file. As we cross the line. One. Intervals, there we go. Let's head back. Aggro Cat sitting in 7th place there, so on comes the move here from Sam down the inside. Nice move there from Sam. A good exit there too. Bit of oversteer from Aggro Cat coming on the back straight. There's a little bit of momentum there. Might be a bit vulnerable here to Sparrow, who's closing in. But looks like Aggro Cat's pulled out of the slipstream. He's going to have a look down the inside here at the hairpin. Oh, gets a bit of wheel spin there. Sam gets a better drive out of the exit. So it's all happening in mid-pack as well. The Motorman right on the back of Sparrow here. And T-Dub not too far behind as well, closing in under brakes. We've got a late entry Grumble Bum. Better late than never. Only just back behind Mobile Chicane. So we head back to the front here. Noble Rabbit has checked out a little bit of a gap on Spooling now. Spooling being hounded here by Aussie Bogan. We jump on rail cam here. Jump on the back wing here of Aussie Bogan. See how he fares through here. Watch the sausage curve there, Spooling up on 2 wheels there, sends to push the car wide onto the ripple strip. Aussie Bogan's got a run on him here. Is he going to stick the nose out and have a look? Then he's trying to go deep. Oh, there's slight contact there. Is they now going to be side by side, heading onto the back straight? Aussie Bogan into the slipstream, pushing that Camaro along. Spooling covers into the hairpin. Aussie Bogan goes really deep. Very easy to get these cars. Very sideways. The traction control is limited in these. We go back here to Jackson in 10th position. Just in behind Sparrow. Oh, what's happened to T-Dub? Oh, T-Dub's had a bit of a stall at the hairpin. Just trying to get the car going. Manages to restart it and off he goes. It looks like he might be carrying a little bit of damage there. There's a bit of marks on the front bar there, so obviously he's come into a bit of contact with somebody. I don't believe there's a replay system we can go back and look at. So unfortunately we missed that. But here's Jax all over the back of Sparrow, who really needs to push for this top 7. Both of them do. So the way it sits at the moment, I believe... I'll just have a look at the list. Noble Rabbit, Spooling. No, Spooling's not in it. So Noble Rabbit, Sam, Agrocat, Motorman. I believe most of them will make the top 7, as people like Spooling and... Oh, it's contact here at the hairpin between Aussie Bogan, Spooling, and Sam's all over the back of him as well. 3 Camaros just battling for track position. Bogan runs a little bit wide there, but covers. Sam makes the move up the inside. Oh, Bogan runs very deep there and loses 2 positions in that one turn. Sam's managed to go from 5th place to 3rd in one corner. Very nicely done there. But Spooling and Bogan won't give up without a fight. They'll chase him down and make him work for it. So Noble Rabbit, look at our leader. Binky is checked out by 4 seconds over Noble Rabbit. So we can get them all here on the straight. Noble Rabbit, then we've got Sam, Spooling, Bogan. Then we go back to Agrocat, who's got Bruno chasing hard in that Supra, followed by Motorman and Sparrow. Then we go back to Jax, Noble Chicane, and Grumblebum. And then T-Dub sitting down in 13th. I dare say he's struggling with that damage, whether he looks at an early pit stop to fix that. Not too sure. Don't even know if there are pit stops tonight. We'll soon find out, I guess. So what if I go here? Pit stops. There is one compulsory stop. Penalties. Oh, there's quite a few penalties been handed out already. Here. Sparrow now all over the back of Motorman. Now has a big lunge underneath and makes contact with Bruno. Bruno manages to save it. Spooling backs out a little bit to readdress. Sorry, Sparrow backs out of it. Tries to readdress as he goes side by side with Motorman. Goes around the outside and makes it stick. Nice move there from Sparrow. And puts him in 8th position. Still aiming for that top 7. Move up here to Bruno, who's right on the back of Agrocat. Who Agrocat is actually 1st place in this top 10 at the moment. Sitting in 6th, so he'll be comfortable with that, but he'll still want to move. All runs very wide there, Bruno, straight up the inside. Plenty of straight line speed in that Supra. Board here with Agrocat in the slipstream trying to chase down Bruno. Looks like he's got a run here. Bruno's going to cover. No, moves back over. Just not quite close enough for Agrocat at the hairpin here. Ooh, a lot of grass through there. We go back to the front and have a look at the front of the field. Noble Rabbit. Sam's starting to close in on Noble Rabbit here. Gap is down to 1.2 seconds. Then it's 2.8 back to Spooling. Aussie Bogan still on his tail. It's pretty close in the top 5. Like I said, Binky has checked out to 4.6 seconds now. Back to Noble Rabbit, still the second. He's got a 1.9 second gap over Sam. It's starting to get pretty close in the backfield here between Aggro Cat, Sparrow and Jax. Battling for that back section of the top 7. And we're halfway through. It's lap 7 of 14. So we should start to be able to see some pit stops come in soon. Oh, big dive there from Jax, straight into the back of Sparrow. I want that. Driver data. Entry. So still got plenty of fuel, half a tank for Sparrow, but as Jax has a look up the inside here, at the hairpin, runs very deep. Sparrow does the over and under, comes out side by side. The tyres are starting to get a little bit worn there, getting a bit yellow. Oh, Sparrow gets served again from Jax. That's better. So into the pits we get the leaders. So basically the top 5 have come in. Binky's in, Rabbit's in, Sam's in, Spooling's in, and Bogan. Bruno's in as well. Motorman's in. Looks like they're all diving into the pits. Aggro stays out. Sparrow's into the pits. Jax is out. Chicane's still out. So most of them are doing their first stop now. Get it out, over and done with. So Binky leaves the pits. Noble Rabbit on his way out. Basically just a new set of tyres for everybody. Oh, Aussie Bogan serves up Spooling. Anyone think this is the Demolition Derby? These two can fight pretty hard. They're not in the playoff, but they'll still battle for positions. What do I want? I don't want telemetry. Event data on. That's what we want. So Jax is closed right up on the back of Aggro Cat here, but Aggro Cat and Jax are still yet to pit. As Binky's closing right in here. Oh, looks like Aggro Cat very sideways and makes it into the pits. So we need to keep an eye here. We go back down here to Sparrow. Sparrow and Aggro Cat, we're battling pretty hard. So if we watch now where Aggro Cat comes out, he's currently sitting in 7th, sitting on the cusp of that playoff position for next round. So just crosses the start finish line. Aggro Cat's on his way out of the pits. Sparrow leapfrogs in there. And by quite some as well. So basically now everyone has made their compulsory stop besides Jack's. Jack's still yet to pit. There's Sam's here, still trying to close in on Noble Rabbit. Still 1.3 seconds back. Don't know if these guys are teammates because they're both running the middies. But when it comes to the playoff, I don't believe team orders come into play. You drive hard as you can. Aussie Bogan still all over the back of spooling here. We go on Bonnet Cam here. See if we can hunt him down this lap. We're on lap 10 and 4 to go. Spooling goes very deep off the ripple strip there in turn 1. Bogan deep under brake seems to close in. The spooling just gets a better drive out of the corners. So Jax has now done his pit stop and comes out behind Aggro Cat. Sitting down in 9th place there. Very deep under brakes there, closed the gap right in there on spooling. So basically it looks like Noble Rabbit will take that first place in the playoffs, followed by Sam. Then I believe Motorman will be 3rd, Sparrow 4th, Aggro Cat 5th, Jack 6th. T-Dub. Yeah, T-Dub will be in the 7. So that means that Hobbsy, who's not here, Chase, who's not here, and Dizzy, who's not here, will drop out of the top 7 and be out of the playoffs. That's how I'll take it. Sam's now got that gap down to 1 second. You can see that top spot on the top 7. So we'll jump on board here with Sam. See how this T-Dub steps aside and lets the boys pass. Deep under brakes here from Sam, closes the gap in a bit more, down to 0.9, just taking a 10th out of it in the first sector. Definitely better under brakes, there's another 10th there, he's down to 0.8. Just 3 laps to go, and he managed to make a pass, even though it is only for 2nd in the race. I think we'll have to work it out because there's going to be 2 races tonight, so where the points for both races will then determine who's in what position in the top 7. I believe that's how it's going to work. Aussie Bogan still putting the pressure on the back of Spaulding here. In the tradies entry, Camaro deep under brakes, trying to close the gap. And just to bring it down to 0.6. Just to get a good run out of the end of the back straight, stay in that slipstream, try to close it right up. But Spaulding is just really good at exit speed, out of corners. Manages the wheel spin very nicely there, still hovering around 0.8, 0.9 of a second. As he was go back here now, see him all over the back of Noble Rabbit. So can we see a move here? Is he going to switch back on the inside? Oh, not quite close enough yet. All over the back of him. Needs to get a good run through here. Basically, if you can get a good run down the front straight, stay in that slipstream, get a good entry into turn 1, carry the speed down into turn 2. Bruno's dropped the lap down here. And he clips the curb. They both get a good run. I think Noble Rabbit's just pulled away a little bit and opened the gap back up. Don't think there can be a move done right now. He needs to just concentrate now on getting a good exit here, stay in that slipstream, chasing down the back straight to the hairpin, and try to go deep under brakes. We go on bonnet view here with Sam. Deep under the brakes. Whoa, manages to just pull it up. Very deep. They both got their strengths and weaknesses through this track. It's not an easy place to pass. See the slightest little oversteer there and Rabbit just drives out. So still got one lap to go. Anything is possible. Binky rounds the last turn to start the final lap. Noble Rabbit is clinging on here to second place. One to go. Can Sam make a move? Gap has opened back up to about a second. And we've got Spaulding here with Aussie Bogan right on his tail. We're going to see a move. Not quite close enough, but closes in under brakes. There we go, back here to Sparrow. 1.3 seconds behind Motorman. Then a big gap back to Agro. Whether Agro looks like he's struggling with his car, whether the tyres just aren't working for him at the moment. So sitting in 8th. We've got a pretty good buffer over Jack's, 3.5 seconds. And Grumblebum, who joined in late, managed to stay out of trouble and he's going to get a top 10 here. He's managed to jump T-Dub, Chicane and Bruno. So Aussie Bogan's still all over the back of him, pushing hard. So we go back to our leader. A comfortable 9.3 second lead over Rabbit. Comes around to the final corner. to take the win and drift it sideways. Watch the wall. Bit of flamboyance there and throws it over the finish line. Oh, it almost rolls it to take the win in race 1. And Noble Rabbit will hold on for second, just over Sam. Comes home in third. Spooling just will beat Hokenheim for fourth. Bogan in fifth. Motorman's going to hold off Sparrow here as they come into the final section. Final two right-handers. Nicely done. 6th place there for Motorman, 7th for Sparrow, 8th for Aggro Cat, 9th for Jax. There's Grumblebums just coming through the last section. We'll take out the top 10. Then we'll have Marble Chicane in 11th, 1 lap down, same as T-Dub in 12th, and Bruno in 13th. A pretty good race, a lot of action, a lot of bumping and grinding. Bit unfortunate for T-Dub with a bit of an incident there and stalled the car and took him a while to get it going again. And basically had to drive with a bit of damage. As Grumblebum crosses the line to take 10th place. A good battle between the teammates. I believe they're teammates, both driving middies, or they might just like the same livery. Between Sam and Noble Rabbit. Some good battles going on there. Awesome battle going on between Aussie Bogan. Bit of chaos at the end of the finish line there. But good battle between Spooling and Aussie Bogan that whole race. Bit of biffing and barging, but rubbin's racing, as they say. So basically just waiting for Bruno as the timer runs out. There is race 1. Oh, Mobile Chicane didn't finish. Okay, so will that put T-Dub up into 11th? And Bruno to 13th, maybe? I dare say because he's ghosted like that, he's pushed the start button and he's in the menu mode, so whether he's not there and the car's just driving itself, possibly. I think that's what's happening. These guys still battling. Oh, Jesus Christ. Who was that stopped in the middle of the track? That was Aussie Bogan. Sure was. And there we are. Finally everyone's finished. So basically Binky in first, Noble Rabbit second, Sam third, Spooling fourth, Aussie Bogan fifth. Were a few penalties handed out as well, so that would have added a bit of time. So congratulations to the podium, everybody. Great first race. As we now get set for race 2, be the same, 14 laps. We now wait for everyone to ready up for race 2. A few people might make a few changes. Maybe a few changes to pit strategy as well. So now would be a good time to go make a coffee or grab a drink and some bickies and sit down and get ready for the final race of the evening. And hopefully see a bit more action-packed racing like we did in race 1. So far the way it looks is Noble Rabbit and Sam taking the most points from round 1. So far it'll be Noble Rabbit in first, Sam in second in that top 7. Then I'd go back to Sparrow in third, Aggro Cat in fourth, Jackson fifth. I can't remember. So yeah, after round 1, the top 7 will be Noble Rabbit in first, Sam in second, Sparrow in third, Motorman in fourth, Aggro Cat in fifth, Jackson sixth, and T-Dub would have been 7th. Where's T-Dub gone? Hopefully he's still all there. I'm only seeing 12 names at the moment, even though my name is in the bottom. So whether if T-Dub doesn't race the second race, he's still got enough points to jump into that top 7. As I said, we don't have no Dizzy, no Chance and no Hobbsy. So basically, unless they show up for this race, those 3 will be eliminated for the next round, which is round 12 at Silverstone next Saturday night. And we go through the playoff series again. And that top 7 then will drop down to the top 4, which then takes us to our final round, round 13 at Homestead. And basically out of that top 4, the 2 races there, whoever can accumulate the most points will take home the Gen 3 Supercar Championship for 2025 on Forza Motorsport for late night racing. Still waiting on a few to ready up. One to go. So from the looks of the drivers list there, that was the end. We've lost someone. Who did we lose there? Can't remember who was that. Anyway, here we go for race 2. Another 14 lap sprint, 1 compulsory stop. Waiting for the grid to form up. Here we go. So basically, yeah, starting position is race finish from round 1, as everyone is now in position, waiting for the green light. Go, go, go. Let's go racing for race 2. So we have lost a few drivers. So far, everyone makes it through turn 1. Bogan still on the back of Spooling here. Is he going to have a look down the inside into turn 2? Sticks his nose up. Manages to get side by side. Spooling's on the inside for that next run. Jack's all over the back of Aggro Cat again. Motorman there. Kamara getting harassed by 2 Mustangs. One around the outside, one on the inside. They've both gone past him. Deep under brakes here. Into the hairpin. Everyone goes through nice and smoothly. Aussie Bogan's managed to make that position stick going into the hairpin. Spooling's not having any of that. He's fighting back hard. But Sam's managed to get around Noble Rabbit here on lap 1, and they're both pressing hard on Binky. So the top 3 only separated by a second. Noble Rabbit giving Sam a bit of a hurry up coming into the final section. They come around to finish the first lap. We've got Binky in the lead, followed by Sam. Noble Rabbit close behind. Aussie Bogan just in front of Spooling. Then we head back to Aggro Cat, Jax and Motorman. Sparrow's already got a penalty. Jax deep under brakes here. As I look up the inside, but he's going to be on the outside here for the next turn. They go side by side, down the back straight. Jackson's made that position stick. Zagro Cat having a look up the inside. No, not quite. No, don't do that. So, Noble Rabbit on the back of Binky here, who Sam's actually gotten past him and taken the lead of the race. Binky is under a bit of pressure here from the 2 middies cars in the middle of a midi sandwich. And we go back to Spooling and Bogan, sitting in 4th and 5th. Still applying the pressure. And Jax has managed to pull away a bit on Aggro Cat. Aggro Cat with a bit of understeer there. That's going to let Motorman go through the inside. To put him out wide. And it's going to bring Sparrow into contentions as well. Sparrow's got a run here. Deep into turn 1. Motorman goes a bit shallow there. He's going to lose a bit of speed. He's going to cover here on the inside. Make Aggro Cat go around the outside. He manages to make it stick around the outside now. Oh, a bit of wheel spin there. It's not going to help. Motorman's going to be able to drive around. Motorman's out in the grass. So both Aggro Cat and Sparrow managed to get away from the Motorman in that position. Motorman lost a lot of time on the grass there, as these 3 are battling hard. There's nothing separating these 3 at all. So we jump on board here with Noble Rabbit. Binky trying to apply pressure on Sam. As we see where their strengths and weaknesses are going around this track. The more these two battle out in front, it'll let Noble Rabbit close the gap. Turning to a three-way. Well, Binky has a look up the inside here of Sam. Manages to make a stick, but Sam's going to go for the over and under. He's got a run on him here. He's going to look up the inside here into turn one. Going to be shallow. Oh, cuts the curve a little bit. This has managed to pull Rabbit in. Binky's managed to make that stick. Is Sam going to have a look on the inside here? Doesn't quite have the brakes. Oh, very close under brakes there. Got a really good three-way battle for the lead going on here as they go down the back straight heading for this hairpin. Side by side, who's Rabbit going to push with the draft? Looks like he's going to stick with Sam, who's on the inside. They're going to box Binky out here. And not one bit of contact. That is some really nice racing. Really nicely done. He's going to bump and run him here. Binky's on the inside here of Noble Rabbit. Manages to make it stick. He's going to look up the inside. Oh, there's a bit of contact there. This is some good hard racing here in the top three. Go back, Spalling's managed to get around Bogan. So it's still on for 4th and 5th place. As we go back, Aggro Cat still being hounded by Sparrow and Motorman. They're super close all the way down the field. Grumblebums possibly had a bit of an incident. Just looks like he's struggling with a little bit of understeer there. He's dropped right off the back of the pack and he's 9 seconds behind Motorman. So we head back to the front for the top three, being separated by half a second. They dive into turn one. Binky looks like he's got a good run here. He's going to try to look up the inside into turn two. Not quite close enough to do it under brakes. Sam a little bit squirmy under brakes there. Locks the rears going in. Manages to get a good exit though. Right, everyone, we're going to get the toe down the back straight here. And Binky have enough to close in and pull out at the hairpin. And he pulls out and has a look. Sticks the nose down. Sam sees him, gives him a bit of room. They go side by side now into this fast sweeping right-hander. Sam's just in front. They go side by side. Still no contact. This is really nice racing. Noble Rabbit gives Sam a little bit of a bump through, helps him through the corner. This is superb racing. As we head back to Spalling and Aussie Bogan, these two still battling out. Aussie Bogan's managed to get around and back up into 4th. Some super close racing going on here. As Binky now goes down the inside of Sam in sector 3, take back the lead. Noble Rabbit still sitting back, just watching and waiting, whether he's thinking that these guys are going to take each other out and he's going to be gifted the position. I don't know. There's been some really good racing here. Hardly any contact. Even if it is just a little bump and run, it's still Robbins racing. Basically, they want to stay with Binky now. Don't let him check out. Work together to put the pressure back on him. Cameras have we got? I wouldn't really call that helicopter view. Binky's covering down into the hairpin, making Sam go the long way around. Noble Rabbit's going to be there too. car. Right on the back of him here. Is he going to switch down the inside? No, Binky seems to be covering. Noble Rabbit all over the back of him here. Delaney on lap 6 of 14. Could come down to the pit stop as well for these lot. Is still trying to press on, get back to Bogan. The gap's now opened up to 0.7 of a second. Oh, what's happened to Sparrow? Sparrow's dropped right off the back of the field here. Whether he's done a compulsory stop. Yes, Sparrow has done his stop. So done an early stop, got out onto fresh air and trying to press on. Not a bad way of doing things. You know, no distractions, nothing slowing you up. So we'll keep an eye on that, where him and Motorman and AgroCat pop out. We go back to the front field here. Binky is starting to pull out a little bit. Up to a 0.7 gap to Noble Rabbit. The more these guys are battling, here we can see Aussie Bogan and Spooling closing that gap, so they're going to be on this battle pack very soon. So I wonder whether you can definitely see there Noble Rabbit, his front left tyre definitely getting worn. And down to 12% of fuel as well. But he's got a run here on the outside. He just closes the door. So definitely struggling under the grip now that these tyres are starting to wear. And they're both, all top three are coming into the pits. Top 5 coming into the pits. All coming into the pits. Looks like everybody's tyres are pretty much worn. Except for Sparrow, who did his pit stop last lap. Oh. Off. Oh, Sparrow's got massive damage on that window. All the windows cracked. So as the top 3 have now been released from pit lane, back out on track. Gaps have opened up a little bit, but it's like Aussie Bogan's closed in here on Sam. So it looks like the winner out of the pit stop is Aussie Bogan. He's managed to close that gap right up now to this top 3. Oh, bit of rear locking there from Sam going into turn 2. Gap now between first and second's out to 1 second. Aussie Bogan pushing very hard. You can see that third step on the podium. All runs a little bit wide there. Now Spooling's right onto the back of him again. I think Sparrow's had a bit of an incident again, because he's nowhere near where AgroCat and Motorman are. So whether he's had a major off and he's just suffering damage now and is unable to stay up with the pack, that's not going to do his points any good, but he should still be fine in the top 7 for the playoffs. Everyone's starting to check out a bit now. The gaps have opened up a little bit. after the pit stop. 1.2 back to Noble Rabbit, and 1.5 from Noble Rabbit to Sam. 1.7 back to Aussie Bogan, and just on a second back to Spooling for the top 5. Then we've got Jax sitting in 6th, a good 5 seconds behind Spooling, and he's got a pretty hefty gap over Aggro Cat, 3.6 seconds. The Aggro Cat is trying to claw his way back in to that top 5. And 4.3 seconds back to Motorman, sitting in 8th. Grumblebum 24 seconds back. He's pretty much been out on his own. Whether he's just basically learning the car. I don't know how long he's been racing for in the Supra. And then we go back to Sparrow, who's suffered major impact. He's got major damage to that Mustang. So about to come up on lap 10 or 14. And the gaps are around 1 to 1.5 seconds between the top 3 cars. Pinky's managed to check out now to 2.1. You see the gap between everybody at the moment. Quite a bit of a gap as everyone crosses the start finish line for lap 10. Grumblebum just going through the last sector now. And Sparrow just enters the last sector. And Sam's still trying to close that gap back to Noble Rabbit, but the way it sits, I believe Noble Rabbit, if he stays where he is now, will take the #1 spot in the playoffs. Sam will be in 2nd. Jax will be in 3rd. Aggro Cat 4th. Motorman 5th, Sparrow 6th, and possibly T-Dub 7th, which will move on to the next round. As we watch again this battle between Spooling and Aussie Bogan, pretty heated in race 1. The boys managed to fight pretty clean. It's not over yet. Spooling putting all the pressure he can, hoping that Bogan will make a mistake. Let's go on board here with very big slide there from Spooling. Watching trying to close this gap. If you look up ahead there, it looks like Sam is managing to close that gap on Noble Rabbit, down to 0.7 of a second. So I dare say the tyres have now come up to temperature, and grip levels have come up. Look back here on board with Noble Rabbit. Sam Doing everything he possibly can to close that gap with only 3 laps to go. Oh, look at the big slide there from Sam. Locked the rears. Sends it in sideways. Noble Rabbit fights off to live another lap. Ball runs very deep there. Sam got a good run out of turn 1. Comes deep down under brakes. Oh, Noble Rabbit misses the apex by a little bit there. Sam might be close enough here to be in the slipstream. Just watch this here, see if he can close in coming up to the hairpin. Starting to get sucked in. Getting closer and closer. Can't quite do it this lap. Noble gets a good exit out of that corner. Can't quite find a place to make the move. I dare say if we do find a change of position here and Sam comes home in 2nd place, both Sam and Noble Rabbit will be tied on points for 1st. And in the playoffs, so don't know how they're going to work that out. But Sam's having a look down the inside here. He's got a good run. Keeps Noble Rabbit on the outside. Oh, big slide there from Noble Rabbit. They're going to go side by side here down into turn 1. Sam manages to make it stick. A bit of a bump draft there from Noble Rabbit, sitting right on his tail. He's going to have a look down the inside. They go deep under brakes. Pulls out of it. Just gives him a little bump and run here. Out of turn 2 as they come up under the back straight. Try to stay in his slipstream. Go back here too. Spooling's all over the back of Aussie Bogan. Aussie Bogan covers, moves over to the right hand side, makes Spoiling go around the outside of the hairpin. Can't get it done there. And in saying that, Sam's just gotten around Noble Rabbit too at the hairpin. We're just on 1.5 laps to go. Can he manage to hold this position from Noble Rabbit? We're battling all race and in race 1 as well. And good hard racing from everybody here tonight. Looks like Spooling's having a look down the inside, but Aussie Bogan is covering. Try the over and under, but Aussie Bogan shuts the door on him. As we head around, Binky's going to start the final lap. This is it, make or break for everybody. Rub it right on the tail here of Sam. Well, a bit of a slide on exit there, might not have the pace. He's going to have a look under brakes. Oh, he gets a good turn in there. Oh, they just touched coming into this final section. Looks like Spooling's trying to get around the outside there on Aussie Bogan. So it's happening everywhere. Spooling off in the grass, cutting the weeds. It's not going to help your progress. Can't quite get it back on track. There's Noble Rabbits down the inside here at the hairpin. Try to hold Sam out wide. He's got a good exit there. And just to make that position stick, well, Sam's going to have a good run here. Going through. Noble Rabbit going to cover. No, he doesn't cover. This has been a great race. These two have been battling so hard, lap after lap, chopping and changing positions. So we're going to come down to this final sector. The final few corners. Aussie, but as Binky comes around the final corner to take the win in race 2 again. But it's not over between these two. It is. Noble Rabbits managed to hold on, pull the gap, and take second place. Sam crosses the line in third. Aussie Bogan manages to hold Spooling off to take fourth. Spooling drifting across the line with a 360 into the grass. We take home 5th place. Jax comes across the line in 6th. Agro Cat in 7th. We go back to Motorman. Come home in 8th. And we head quite a way back to Grumble Bum. The Spooling attempts to do some burnouts. But honestly, terrific racing here from Noble Rabbit, Sam and Bogan. I believe that means that Noble Rabbit will take position 1 in the playoffs. Sam in position 2. As Grumblebum comes across the line in 9th place. Rounds the final corner. Sparrow, who doesn't quite get to the line, or does he? He does. There we go. There's our final results. Be sure to check out Late Night Racing's Facebook page if you want to know the results of the playoffs and who's now going to be in the top 7. But be sure to tune in next Saturday night for round 12 at Silverstone, where the top 7 will take on the challenge to see who will make it into the top 4 for the final round. Can I save it? Please save. Downloading. Saved. Awesome. That was such a great race. But that's it for tonight, guys. I want to thank everybody for watching, and be sure to tune in next Saturday, like I said, for Silverstone, which is a sneak preview for you, to see how they go in the top 7 for the playoffs. Thanks for watching, and catch yous next week.